Are you tired of the same old pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 3,000 hours of the best pro wrestling events from over 100 of the biggest names in the industry from over 15 countries around the globe. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
This is your main man RJ from the Ringside Rant, heard only on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. So go over and subscribe across all your major platforms, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Stitcher to hear every great interview I have every Monday on the Visionaries Wrestling Network. Go over and follow the show's page on Twitter @_Ringside Rant. Follow the network's page @BizWrestleNet. And, as always, embrace the vision.
Hello, friends. This is Spencer Love, your host of Over the Top Rope on the Win Column Sports Network. Don't forget you can head to wincolumnsports.ca for all of your previews, reviews, and breaking news from the world of wrestling, be it your major promotions or from the great province of Alberta, Canada. Now, back to Sounds of Struggle with your hosts, Chris Parrish and Meniac.
Episode 103 of the Sounds of Struggle. I am recently the unmasked Chris Parrish.
My back hurts and fuck finger 11.
And that is the sound of doors locking because we are trapped into this podcast today.
Episode 103.
Yeah.
Get you some.
And we just went to the Grey Cup.
Well, we went to the Grey Cup 2 days ago, but yeah, we'll say it was the other day.
Yeah, but people probably want to hear how drunk we got.
In a word, very.
Oh. What do we start? Like noon?
Okay, yes. What are your memories of the Grey Cup? You know what mine are? Drinking, taunting, a chick riding a horse with a Stampeder's flag, more drinking, stupid long lines, doing a shot of Fireball whiskey in the bathroom, more drinking, Uber driver was a dick.
Yeah.
And somewhere in there...
Well, the one going there was a nice guy.
No, that was a taxi house. Yeah, he was good. But Uber driver on the way home was a dick. And somewhere in all of that, Calgary Stampeders, I guess, won. Third time's the charm. I'll be honest.
Did you even watch much of the game?
I think the game was 27-14. But I could not bet my life on it. So I was like, hold a gun in my head. Bet your life on it. I'd be like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
There was an interception at one point, I think.
Well,
and a touchdown.
Calgary, I think, never lost a lead. They always led the entire time.
Yes. But honestly,
Ottawa's. I don't know. I thought Ottawa would have been a little bit more offensively dominant than they were.
I'll be honest, I don't remember much of it. It was like going to an Eskimo game. It was nothing.
You did run into Brian Hamilton.
Yes, the wrestling mind.
Yeah.
I didn't run into him. He ran into me.
Well, we were in a very long beer line.
Oh, it was so fucking long.
That's what she said.
No, not to me, she didn't.
No, about the line because women have no patience.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it was a good time. We drank a lot of beers. We had a very big hot dog.
A foot-long wiener all up in our mouths. I will say this.
We got helmets.
We got these little fucking
foam helmets,
which, by the way, I still have yours.
Yeah, I
I've done it now. I don't think I'll ever do a Grey Cup again. That was a little much.
Now, if the Eskimos were in Calgary next year, would you do it?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, I really wouldn't. Nothing against the Eskimos. I'd love them to win.
What I'm
they're
saying
my
was
team.
Calgary versus Calgary, or Edmonton versus Calgary in Calgary.
No. Because Edmonton's record in Calgary is fucking abysmal.
That's why I think it would be like interesting.
No, if it was, say, I won 2 tickets, all expenses paid to Montreal, that includes accommodations are paid for to watch, okay. But I don't think I'll ever pay to go watch again.
What happens if the new Atlantic Schooners have a chance to win the Grey Cup and are playing in the Grey Cup? Get the history.
I'll enjoy and get real drunk watching from home. Honestly,
You wouldn't go to Vince McMahon Stadium.
No, I really wouldn't.
Okay.
No. I mean, maybe for a regular season game when it's not super packed, but I don't know. I've been to Commonwealth Stadium now probably 24 times. I have never seen it that even for the fucking Metallica concert, it was not that fucking busy. Mm-hmm. And there was more people at Metallica than there was for this.
Well, I don't know if I say it wasn't busy, but I don't think it's a concert too. So you can go up at any time. A song is I don't know, it's different at a concert than a game.
Yeah, all I'm saying is that there's more people at the Metallica concert there than there were at the Grey Cup game. But the fucking concourse was insane.
Yeah.
It was a gong show. And after that, I was like, you know what? Nah.
Well, also, you probably had, a difference of, 20 degrees in weather, so...
That's true.
Where people actually wanted to stay
That's
out
true.
in the open.
That's true.
Also, this was a game where... I'm totally making this up, but former alumni of both the Ottawa franchise and the Calgary franchise...
The Ottawa Rough Rider Renegade Red Blacks.
Yeah, so The Rock and Ron Simmons had a friendly wager. Had to.
And whoever won the game took over the nation.
Yep.
And look, that actually happened.
Yeah, Rock kept...
the nation of domination.
Yep, he kept dominance of the nation. So... that...
Also, Bo Levi Mitchell named MVP, which I'm calling it right now.
Last game as a St. Peter? Last game in the CFL?
I don't know. Do you think he can actually crack an NFL roster?
Well, there's a lot of teams in the NFL right now that have no idea what they're doing in quarterback.
Fair enough. I also think whenever the last game I watched for the Eskimos, I don't think we see. I think you're right. I don't think we see Mike Riley back. Unfortunately, I hope we're both wrong. I really do.
I just hope the Eskimos get an offensive line.
If they got an offensive line, that'd be fantastic.
Right. Maybe Riley won't go until they get an offensive line.
Maybe.
But that was pretty much it for the CFL.
Yeah, Schooner's named, championship won.
Apparently, though, they said that Edmonton was very successful in their whole Grey Cup. I think I heard somewhere up to close to $80 million in revenue.
Nice.
So very successful.
I can believe it. I mean, hell, I blew $100 without even trying at that game.
Yeah. I have my entire PO from the night before.
Speaking of which, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
Just pointing it out there.
How about transition to a PO? Josh Donaldson gets a PO of $23 million next year.
Yeah, I did not get a $23 million PO.
If you did, I would have gone down. Yeah. But he signs with the Braves.
Yeah.
So he's gone from A's to J's to Indians to Braves.
Yeah, went from letters to tribes.
Yes.
But also, the best part, I think, is McCann, who signed with Atlanta, the day before, or a couple hours before, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much just let the beans out about the Donaldson signing before it was actually official.
Yeah.
Which was really funny.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of funny. Worked out.
I mean, you don't see press conferences that have that very often.
No, you don't.
Well, it's why did you sign here for what you got? Well, just to open up the doors for, other guys will sign like blah, blah, blah. And then the GM looks at you and be like, oh yeah, wasn't supposed to say that. No, well, I just read something on Twitter.
No, fair enough.
And thought was, well, you shouldn't believe everything on Twitter.
Yeah. I also read, actually, on Twitter, ironically enough, Steph Curry was involved in a car crash.
Yeah. 3-car pile-up, I guess.
Appears uninjured, I guess, but do we know if he was the culprit, like the cause of it?
Well, okay, well, the one thing I know about him, he's never really directly involved in confrontations. I mean, just watch him in the NBA. Giant pussy on the court, too.
As opposed to what? Ducking your head and swinging? They're all pussies.
Well, I'm just saying, there's some NBA guys that could probably like, do pretty well in a fight. Steph Curry, not one of them in my books.
No. Well, your book is a short story entitled Steph Curry's a Pussy. And on every page, it says, Steph Curry's a pussy.
You know what? Consistency is key.
Consistency is key, you're right.
No.
And then the last thing I have for ball sports,
Ooh.
Phil Mickelson won the match.
Yeah,
I'm a little surprised by that. I don't know why.
Didn't he win a playoff, too, to win it?
Yeah, Phil Mickelson versus Tiger Woods, the match. The winner wins $9 million. It went 22 holes.
Mm-hmm. On top of more because they had individual bets.
Yes. And it's surprising to me it took that long and that both of them kept missing badly.
Yeah.
Like, they both could have put it away several times before that, and they didn't.
Now, here's the thing. Did anybody watch? Because I definitely didn't.
Oh, if you listen, it was fucking super, super big. But I definitely didn't either. I found out that it happened, and it was going to be a thing after it happened.
Yeah. I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when. So.
Oh, I do have one other thing about... kind of involves baseball, but kind of not. So, Adrian Beltre retired.
Yeah. Beltre.
Whatever, same thing. There's only, including him, well, now without him, there's only 10 athletes who debuted in the 90s who are still playing in the 4 big sports across Canada and the United States.
Who debuted in the 90s?
In the 90s, who are still playing.
In all sports, eh?
There are, let's see.
How many of them are
baseball,
in basketball?
Football.
Well, Tom Brady and Breeze are in the 90s.
There's one basketball. There's one basketball. There's...
How many in football?
That's right, 2 basketball. I lied. 1, 2.
Brady and Breeze?
No, Brady and Breeze were both the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, but Breeze was 2001.
So number 1, Barlotta Colon.
Hey, you almost forget about him. Just
because he's like ancient.
Well,
in terms of sports. Number 2 is Phil Dawson for the Arizona Cardinals.
I would assume there's a couple kickers that are very old. What about Vinatieri?
He's number 3.
There you go.
Colts.
Fucking I got one.
Number 4 is a basketball player who now plays for the Hawks. It's Atlanta Hawks. He played for the Raptors.
Oh, Vince Carter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number
Who
5.
just got 25,000 points. I don't know if we mentioned it last week.
I don't think we did. That might have happened or come out right after we did our podcast, which it always seems to happen that way. But so congrats to... No, wait, we might have talked about it. I can't remember.
Insanity got 25,000?
Yeah, we did, because you said Vinsanity. Yes,
Yeah.
You're right. Last week we did talk about it.
Still.
But
Got
still,
25,000.
congrats for him.
Yeah.
The next one is also a basketball player. Plays in Dallas.
Oh, they're Mr. Nowinski?
Dirk Nowitzki, yeah. And the next one, he plays out of Boston, but is freakishly tall.
Sadeo Chara.
Very good.
Yeah,
Next one,
He's not that tall.
he's 6'9". For a hockey player, that's tall.
Isn't Koskinen like 6'9" or something like that too?
Sure.
Tall goalie.
The next one is also a hockey player, plays for Pittsburgh Penguins. Initials MC. Not Hammer.
So I was kind of also thinking Marlowe was one.
We'll get to that.
Is he
Matt
one?
Cullen.
Oh yeah, 'cause he is 41, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next one is a goalie out of Florida.
Luongo.
Next one is one you just said.
Yeah, Marlowe.
And the last one is, well, he just passed Mario Lemieux for assists, number 11 on his assist all-time list.
Number 11 for assists?
He used to have a massive beard.
Oh, Joe Thornton.
Jumbo Joe. That's the 10 remaining players who started playing in the 90s. They're still playing today. This has been brought to you by Tag Struggle. Tag Struggle. We have the meats.
And we're strugglicious for life.
Agreed. Speaking of which, let's get to hockey.
Oh.
As I said, Jumbo Joe passed Mario Lemieux for 11th all-time and most assists in NHL history. And coincidentally, Patrick Marleau played his 16th 100 game. He's the 11th player to do that in league history. Don't ask me who the other 10 are. I have no idea.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm assuming Chris Chelios is one. Probably Gordie Howe is one.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah. And staying with the Panthers, being from Longo, Vincent Trocheck destroyed his leg. He's going to be out for, I guess, to go undergo surgery
like
for significant damage to his leg. He'll be out, long term, at least 4 months.
Yeah, that sucks.
It does. It was brutal to look at, too.
You know who isn't out for 4 months, though?
Patrice Bergeron?
No, because he skated 2 days in practice. Is Andrei Sekera coming back from a torn ACL?
I thought it was Achilles.
Well, that too.
Whatever, same thing.
Yeah, it was. I think he blew out his knee, then his Achilles. Yeah,
He blew the knee in his Achilles, or his Achilles knee.
What was it like? He
8 cents for Achilles.
No, like he came back like I don't know what it was like the end of last year.
Very end, yeah.
And then boom, like maybe a month before the season starts, boom, there goes his Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, skated with the team in practice today. Still expected for a January return, but the fact that he's skating now,
promising.
yeah, good for him. That's a quick recovery.
Another one, as I mentioned, Patrice Bergeron. He's got a rib and sternoclavicular injury. I don't know why they have to be that specific. He's basically a chest injury. And he's going to be reevaluated in about 4 weeks. And the only thing I have is for injuries is Shea Weber's finally been activated off the IR.
Got an assist tonight.
And the Habs placed Carl Alsner on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Which surprised me a little bit.
Not for buyout, though, for assignment.
Yeah. That's a little surprising that they keep
Second year out of 5 years that he signed. So, could be interesting. Also, Jesse Puljujärvi recalled from the Edmonton Oilers.
Yep, back up to the main
The pool
league.
party is back. Sticking with the Oilers. They, I believe, are playing Dallas tonight.
They are playing Dallas
Nothing,
Nothing
right in the
last we
third.
saw.
Going into the third period.
Well, at least your game's closer than fucking Blackhawks. Good Christ. Down 8-3 right now to Vegas. With newly acquired Dylan Strome and Brandon Perlini. They got those two in exchange for Nick Schmaltz, which I don't know. I'm a little upset about it. I like Nick Schmaltz. I really did. But I actually don't mind Dylan Strome. You got a goal tonight, one of the 3. So maybe we can get some fucking defense.
So
now.
just over 4 minutes in the third. Still 0-0 in the Oilers Stars game.
You have a better chance of winning than the Blackhawks do.
I don't know. It's the Oilers. The fact that Dallas has 4 defensemen out and it's still 0-0 just shows you the killer instinct of the Oilers.
Yeah. Well, it's not even the killer instinct. They're actually having a lot of good chances. The goalie's just on fire, though.
Also, the backup goalie's in for Dallas.
Well, he's doing well.
Somebody asked me today how I thought the Oilers would do, and I'm like, well, they have 4 defensemen out and a backup goalie. Doesn't look good.
Yeah.
The Oilers are the only team who makes backup goalies look like all-stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a very busy
What about Brian Burke calling the Hurricanes' post-win tradition Pee-wee garbage hockey? Do you agree with it?
It's Brian Burke. I pretty much disagree with him all the time. I actually called him out a couple of years ago for being a little bit of a pansy about, if the Oilers win the lottery again. I think he said he was going to fight someone, so I challenged him to a fight, and he never responded.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I think that was right, a couple years ago, right when we started this podcast almost.
Yeah.
Because we're approaching, next week will be 2-year anniversary.
I think it was probably going into the Matthews year.
I think that was about 2 years ago.
Yeah. So, Buffalo Sabres, 10 straight wins.
10 straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them.
Luke Harper's favorite team is doing well.
Luke Harper can shut up.
He's actually a Leafs fan, but he's out of Buffalo. So I say Buffalo's his favorite team because fuck the Leafs.
Fuck the Leafs, indeed.
Yeah.
Yep. What else we got here? Flyers fired GM, EVP, Executive Vice President, that is, Ron Hextall. Hextall no longer a Flyer again. Maybe he'll just take up being gritty. He'll just be wearing the mascot's costume. Except for he'll actually start fighting people. That'd be entertaining.
Yeah, I heard Ron Brind'Amour is actually much of a candidate to take over.
But he's right now doing a bunch of shit with fucking Carolina.
No, he got fired from Carolina.
Oh, right, he did too. Right.
Also, Tiger Woods, worn out by a busy finish to 2018, non-committal for schedule next year.
Oh, look at that. Let's see here. Do we want to go to stupid stuff in NHL, or do we want to go to something that's fun?
Oh, stupid stuff, 100%.
Okay, let's start with Canucks forward Anton Russell. Been fined $5,000 for biting San Jose Sharks defenseman Marc-Edouard Vlasic.
Oh, he was just taking a bite out of a pickle.
That's, but still, biting? What are you, fucking 12?
Oh, he is a Canuck.
And keeping with San Jose, Evander Kane and head coach Pierre Dubois, or whatever you call him, were ejected from Saturday's game.
Where did they go?
IHOP, maybe? So shortly after emerging from the penalty box, Kane caught Thomas Nosek with a low hit in the second period, given a tripping minor. When he protested, he was assessed an additional minor for unsportsmanlike conduct, as well as a 10-minute game misconduct and 10 more minutes for abuse of the officials. And the head coach got the same abusive official and 10-minute misconduct. It's not all the time you see coaches ejected from games anymore, eh?
No. Did he at least throw a water bottle or a stick on the ice?
Not that I saw, but he could have.
Just lazy coaching.
Right? And the last one that I have that's cringeworthy. Eugene Melnick is suing Trinity Group, which is basically partnered up with Capital Sports Management, which he runs, for $700 million for, I guess, apparently not working with him to create a new arena in downtown Ottawa and kind of going back on their word and stuff. And the suit claims conflict of interest, causing the venture to fail. So he's suing the group that he's working with for $700 million. Like that millionaire needs any more fucking money.
Well, think about this. If he got $750 million, he's probably putting that towards that arena.
Could probably build the fucking arena for that price.
So, in Ottawa's sake, I think they should hope he wins it. Because if they don't get a new arena, that team's in serious jeopardy.
Yes, I agree. I agree. And then last thing I have is Patrick Laine got 5 goals in the game yesterday. That's unheard of.
Was it yesterday or 2 days ago?
Might have been 2 days ago. I can't remember. Point is, he got that, and a guy in Winnipeg ended up winning $1 million.
For the Safeway scoring win?
Safeway scoring
win.
But when's the last time you remember that Laine or anybody scored 5 goals? It's been a fucking hot minute.
I would say it's more of a horny hour.
Yeah. Definitely agree with you there.
But no, don't remember too much about guys scoring 5. I mean, in NHL, the video game.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens a few times. But I can't confirm or deny if those guys are real NHL players or not.
Yeah. As for the wrestling, why don't we talk about what happened on the weekend with you on Saturday?
Well, I mean, it was pretty simple. I was banned from Arena. I showed up to Arena.
Because Bob Gordon is a bobbert motherfucker.
Well, he decided now that I actually had non-medical clearance that he was going to enforce it. I mean, lesson learned, I guess, from the beginning of the year where, I actually had medical or non-medical clearance to wrestle. They forced me to compete anyway. I challenged them in the court of law for negligence.
You fought the law and you won.
Unless they wanted to expunge match, return title, which they did. I threw out lawsuit. So therefore, they decided Parrish isn't able to compete. We are not putting him in the triple threat match for the CWC title versus Johnny Kickass and Jude Dawkins. I said, fuck that, I feel fine. They said, nope, we need clearance. You don't have any.
You need clearance, Clarence. What's their vector, Victor?
So I said, fine. If I'm not there, I'm going to create havoc. And then they said, if you create havoc, or if you're threatening us by creating havoc, we will just ban you from the arena. Therefore, I was banned. However, I said, that doesn't mean I have to listen. And I didn't.
And he probably thanks you because he was about to get power BO'd.
Well, that was the thing. I said, I'm like, if chaos was about to happen, just remember, if there is nobody there willing to help you, I was someone.
Tag struggle, baby.
I was someone willing enough to go to that dark place where chaos
AKA
usually is,
locker room,
and fight back
like a piglet in heat.
So that was the thing. Johnny Kickass decides I'm going to powerbomb a ref because I can't beat Jude Dawkins. And then when Commissioner Gordon goes in the ring to check on the ref, he then punches Commissioner Gordon.
In the schnoz.
Goes to powerbomb him. But before he goes to powerbomb, I show up, save the day. Jude Dawkins wins CWC title.
Effectively doing your face turn.
I mean,
turn that face the other way.
Let's just say.
Turn it.
Cheetah Better totally owes me one.
He owes you.
Yeah.
3.
So.
I also want to point out, on a side note, that this is really random, but PPW down in Lethbridge had a thing on their social media saying, who do you want to see wrestle down there? And I said, Chris Parrish, and apparently they don't find that funny. I just can't ask for more of you. Apparently it's not allowed. Fuck me, what do I know, right?
That's funny. Well, I mean, technically I wasn't at the last show, so.
That's why it's funny. That's why I said it. But apparently that's not funny.
No.
What do I know? Anyways, also, NXT, January 12th, they had their first UK takeover.
Yeah. I just also want to say I am now medically cleared to compete everywhere now.
Hooray! I'm still holding out.
Holding.
Yes, I am. But yes. NXT.
Just like a score on Vegas, you are Nick Holden.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, NXT UK getting their first takeover. That'll be good. I'll enjoy that.
Yeah, a few matches got announced already. Mark Coffey is challenging...
I thought it was Joe Coffey.
I heard Mark.
Yeah, it's one of the Coffey brothers.
I believe it's Mark Coffey challenging Pete Dunne for the UK title.
Sure.
The NXT tag team titles will be crowned. I believe.
Which we could, I think, safely assume that the Coffey brothers will not be in that one. Which is too bad, because I like them.
No, because they have actually...
Have they announced
it is Joe Coffey for the UK title. It is it is Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven, Tyler Bate versus Grizzled Young Vets and Zach Gibson and James Drake for the NXT UK Tag Team
Fuck,
title.
I love the Grizzled Young Vets. I'm happy that they have them there. I didn't realize that they were both there.
Rhea Ripley will
Rhea
defend
Ripley.
the UK women's title.
Which I believe if she didn't win it last week, she's winning it this week on UK taping.
Yeah. And she's defending against the Mae Young Classic winner, Toni Storm.
Nice.
And then we also apparently have Travis Banks versus Jordan Devlin.
That'll be a good match.
And then Eddie Dennis versus Dave Mastiff in a no disqualifications match. Eddie Dennis is also the guy that I do not like.
Is he the really tall, lanky one?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But I remember you talking about him. Dave Mastiff. I think he's called the Bomber. He's a big fucking boy.
His
Holy
jumping set on in the corner is sweet.
He's a fucking big boy. The other thing I have here is so far the list of stuff going on TLC in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So we have the Mixed Match Challenge winners, or I guess the final match for the Mixed Match Challenge, which I'm going to say is probably going to be Balor and Bayley from Raw. I don't know who's still in it from SmackDown, though. I really have not been paying attention.
Isn't Naomi and her husband in one?
I could see that.
And I think who are they going up?
Is Miz and Asuka still in it?
I think Miz and Oscar are still in it.
Okay.
Unless they're doing the, I don't know, you know what? I don't know if they've done the semis yet.
I don't know.
Because I think R-Truth and Carmella are still in it.
I could see them being in it.
And then, I'm trying to think.
I think that whole dance break thing, it's wearing, but I guess
Who'd
people still like it.
I'm trying to think, who's the other tag team? Because Charlotte's in there, isn't she not?
Yeah, it's her and, was AJ.
Yep.
And now it's her and...
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, yes.
Yeah, I think it's one of those four. I don't think
I
they've
could
done the
see
SmackDown.
well, no, because Charlotte's in a match that was just announced.
For TLC,
so
yeah. So
I can't see her. I can't see them winning.
I can see either Miz and Asuka. Or
No, because remember Asuka got announced as well.
Oh, yeah.
I can see Carmella and R-Truth, to be honest.
And then who was the other one? Naomi and her husband?
No, yeah, maybe Naomi and...
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what they're doing.
But I think either Bayley... You know what? I think the winners are going to be on Raw. I still have a feeling it could be Alicia Fox and Jinder Mahal. Because it's for the number 30, and let's face it, I don't know if they would give Finn Balor the number 30 spot.
I do like the stipulation, but I can see them giving it to him.
I don't know if they would give Bayley number 30. I mean, she was a later entrant last year.
I can see him doing it, giving the fans some hope later on, then doing a more heel-heavy kind of thing for both. But anyways, that's that. Then also...
I am actually going to say this. I wouldn't also be surprised if Miz and Asuka are in there. Because I would not be surprised if Miz takes the fact that Asuka's in a match already there. He needs a new partner. Gets a new partner. Boom, goes up.
That'd be interesting. And then the new partner would end up getting number 30?
No.
That'd be interesting.
Maybe ask for like a Peyton Royce.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that.
Awesomely iconic.
Indeed. The next thing I have listed here is Rollins vs. Ambrose Intercontinental match. That'll be good.
Yeah.
It will be good.
You know what match is not happening apparently anymore? Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin in a TLC match. From the sounds of it, it looks like they're going to change that to a 6-man tag match in a TLC match.
Which would make sense because Baron has been doing a thing with Lashley and McIntyre.
So
McIntyre and Dolph aren't nothing anymore? They just stopped? Is there any explanation to that? Or?
No.
Oh, fair enough. Wrestling. That makes sense.
And they're probably going to go up against... And this is probably why Finn Balor's not going to be in it, because Finn Balor and Elias were both beat down by these 6 guys.
But this past week, I know that Elias was doing it again.
Elias went up against Baron Corbin.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
And then that turned into another match against... Or allowed interference, because he got beat up by everyone.
Uh-huh.
And then same thing with Balor. So my prediction is that it's going to be Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, And Bobby Lashley against the trio Finn Balor, Elias,
And returning Kurt Angle.
no, returning Bray Wyatt.
Ooh, that'd be good. By the way, Bray Wyatt's little thing they did on Edge and Christian season 2.
Yeah.
Holy shit, was that funny? He plays a midwife. Look it up if you haven't. Oh wait, it's good. Episode 1, season 2 with good stuff. But anyways, yeah. So the next match I was going to say was the Strowman and Corbin, but that's obviously been pushed off.
So that's why I can kind of see Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox going to the final.
But I could also see it end up being, Balor goes to the finals, and then you have a Elias returning Bray Wyatt and a Kurt Angle. Oh! Mrs. Meniac just texted me saying Sami Zayn music. It sounds like you guys won.
Yay!
There you go.
I miss Sami Zayn.
Me too, actually. And Kevin Owens.
Now, from what I've heard, Kevin Owens could be a Royal Rumble.
That would be a nice surprise. I would enjoy that.
And a lot of people are like, oh, Sami Zayn should be ready by WrestleMania, which means night after Mania, I think.
Probably, I can see that.
Anything else? Oh, it looks like Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles rematches for TLC as well.
Yep, it's right there. Yep. And then Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax.
Yep.
And then the one that you told me about like 5 minutes before we started the podcast, that I'm excited for now. Becky Lynch defending against Charlotte Flair and Asuka in a triple threat TLC match for the women's title. That's going to be good. It's going to be a little bit of all right.
Oh, 1-0 final. Oscar Clefbaum gets his first of the season.
Clef bombed it in.
Yeah.
Any assists?
Leon Draisaitl.
That's it. No McDavid. No, I held off the scorecard. He had several chances too.
And a shutout by Mikko Koskinen.
Koskomaskas.
So 27 saves for the shutout.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Filthy animal.
Do you know if he was to do the Cujo and took the first words out of his first two letters out of his first names?
Nico?
It's still Mikko.
There you go.
It's just one. Yeah.
There we go. Being that it's a little bit lighter, I actually do have a game set up if you're interested in trying to play.
Do you want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game?
Okay.
This is a game that I tried, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And I want to see if you can see how well you do. Name all wrestling royal families. So anybody who has several, generations in or very influential family within the wrestling industry.
Now, how many generations have to be in there? And how many families are there?
Just name them, and then we can talk about it after, because there were some that I gave honorable mentions to.
Well, right away, I think you say the Harts.
Yep.
Because that's in. I would say Von Erichs.
Yep.
Are in there. I would probably say... Would you say Briscoes?
I didn't say them, but I didn't think of them either. Yeah, I would. There's two generations that I know of, plus there was two brothers that were both NWA champions.
You would have to say the Rock's family because of his grandfather's father.
I put down the Samoan Tonga Inouye family.
Yeah.
That's all of them, yeah.
And then, would you say Scott Hall and his son? Are we only going 2 generations, or are we doing more than 2?
I think the Halls get an honorable mention.
What about, the Orton family?
Orton I have in.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Halls I'll put under honorable mention.
We can always go to the Ellerings.
Yeah, I didn't even think of them. I'd give them honorable mention.
Got William Regal and his son.
Because he did. Well, you know what? I would hold off on that just because he's so new. Maybe honorable mention.
Carmella and her father.
So he didn't.
Paige and her family.
Paige I have.
Actually,
Paige was Mrs. Meniac. I didn't think of her.
So, the Rhodes.
Yep, I have them.
Can't forget about the Rhodes. And
there's a big one you're missing, a really obvious one.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think of I'm trying to think of more out of the box kind of ones.
Enough.
I'm thinking here, so out of the box ones. It'd be very.
I said Flares.
I did say Flares, technically.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it then.
Because that's why I said, like, are we going only 2?
Well, because, I mean, no, you think about it. You have Rick,
Yeah.
then David.
Yeah, but Charlotte's his sisters. That's still 2 generations.
Yeah, that's true. But if you have, like, multiple of one generation, then I would. If there's literally 2 generations but 2 people, I think, yeah. Like, I have Foley's. But, I mean, it's because the one's a writer in the WWE. That's an honorable mention. That's not actually, like, they're not
Well,
actually.
then the McMahons, clear.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. Was that the major one you're thinking?
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's 3 generations there.
Technically 4, because Shane's sons were part of an entrance.
Sure.
Bam!
I'll give that an honorable mention.
Hey,
for
if the
4.
fucking writer gets it.
No, honorable mention for 4.
At least they were entrance performers.
Yeah. The other one is,
Ooh, Nicholas and his father, Mr. Cone the ref.
I'll give him the honorable mention.
There you go. One was actually a tag champion
It's true.
at WrestleMania, so.
Also, what about the Guerreros?
Yeah, the Guerreros,
All
definitely.
400 of them.
Yeah.
And then from there, I looked
Ooh, we can always go Rey Mysterio because his son Dominic is now officially training.
and his cousin Ray's uncle was a wrestler as well. So yeah, them. Who else was it? There was also I looked it up. You go into there's so many.
Oh, the Malenkos.
The Malenkos, yeah. There's so many down in Mexico. Like, was it Alberto Del Rio? His family.
Yeah,
The Casas, I believe they are. But yeah, there's so many. The only ones that you haven't said yet, I believe, are the Colones.
Boom.
The Rotundas.
Yeah, Rotundas, yeah.
And I also put the Jarretts, but that's more
I think
wrestling
Jerry
promoters.
Didn't Jerry Jarrett wrestle when he was younger?
Well, the thing, him, but I'm also thinking Jerry
Ooh,
Jarrett.
what about the Lawlers?
I have them as an honorable
Yeah.
mention. Actually, no.
I would say that counts.
Yeah, no, I do. Never mind.
You're counting the Foleys. The Lawlers definitely belong there.
I'm counting Foley as honorable mention only.
I know.
But the Funks as well.
Yeah.
The Hardys. They're more of an honorable mention just because they're brothers, but there's 2 of them. And that's all I had.
Well, then, can we go Young Bucks then?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of... I don't know. I think one generation, if it's only the one,
Sure.
I think it's a little bit of a...
But I'm also doing based on...
It's like Santino and
If you're doing based on entrances, then I'm doing the Hardys because of all those videos of the Broken Hardys with the kids, and then I'm gonna cut that.
Well, I'm just saying that because you said you're counting Ryder.
Well, yeah, but he's working in the industry. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if there's anything we missed,
I personally would just leave it a performance.
just perform.
But then, yeah, I'd still count Nicholas and his dad then because they're still active performers.
Yeah.
He's the record books as a champion, so you have to count that.
Yeah, right. It'd be funny if he grew up and actually ended up becoming like a world champion.
Just down the road.
Yeah. He would technically be the youngest champion ever, officially.
DiBiase's.
Ooh, I didn't think of them. Fuck.
What about the legacy, man? That was the whole story of that feud. Yeah. That was the whole gimmick of that they were.
I tend not to remember Ted DiBiase because he had so much, he was so good, but just.
Ted DiBiase. Oh, the Poffos then?
The Poffos, yep.
Oh. I said Von Erichs.
Yep.
No.
Freebirds? They're like brothers, man.
Now, here's the thing. Who all has kids now? Because you'd have
John
to...
Cena.
Because you'd have to think like that. That's like an easy one right now. Like whoever has a child right now in WWE, like the Blanchards.
Yeah, I count them.
That's not WWE, but yeah, that.
I still count it.
Sure. No. I guess more time. Yeah, I'd probably be able to think of
Yeah,
a
but
good chunk.
you basically got all of mine plus a couple more. So, yeah. Is there anything we missed?
Snookas?
Yeah. Which, Snuka, I counted them kind of under the whole Tonga Samoan and Noe family. I basically, anybody who's Samoan, I put into that one family. It's like, oh, you're all related. So there.
Except for Samoa Joe, who's like the only Joe not related to any of them.
What's up with that, eh? Also, Samoa Joe on this week's Edge and Christian show. Really funny as well.
Yeah, he is a funny guy.
He really is.
Rougeau's.
The Rougeau's. Good call.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of old school ones. That's the one. Those are the ones I'm trying to think of right now.
Those are the ones I can't think of. Anyways, that's all I got for that. That's the end of that game. Unless you have more you can think of.
I'll probably blur them out. I'll blur them out.
If we missed any, let us know, because I am curious to see which ones. If we missed any, which ones we missed.
Oh, who's the? I'm not thinking.
The
Killer
finger
Paulson.
wiggling.
No, Vachon's.
I don't know enough about them.
There's Mad Dog. There's Luna. There's a lot.
But as two generations, are they?
Oh yeah, Mad Dog was like 60, 70.
Was he the father?
Remember the one CAC? Okay, no, you didn't go to that CAC.
No. Are they directly related? Or are they just? Are they related in name only?
No, they're related. Yeah, they're like grandfather of one.
Another one, then yeah. Fuck, why not?
Yeah, no, they're pretty big named.
Then sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Trying.
I will think of more down the road.
Yeah. Anyways, let us know, because I mean, I want to see if we missed any, if we did, which ones. I bet you there's one big one, or I should say, decent name of like a family we should have got that we didn't. I don't know what it is, but I bet you there's one.
Yeah, there has to be one.
Staring us right in the fucking face. Angry and shitty.
I'm just trying to think if there's like any brother tag teams that had a dad. Oh, Hennings.
Aha, there it is!
Yeah, but I got it.
That doesn't matter. I still
got it.
That's funny. How did I get the rotundas but not the fucking Hennings? Jeez, that's.
You know what's funny? I'm not even thinking of Mr. Perfect either. I was thinking of like brother tag teams. So I was thinking Joe and like Mr. Perfect's kids when they were tagging in FCW.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Boom. Ooh, that would have been a big one.
Yeah, that would have been a big one.
Yeah.
That would have been bad. You saved us a little bit of agony for that.
Yeah. Woo.
No more egg on our faces.
No, I'm happy because I'm getting a lot of the old school ones.
Yeah, we know you keep saying that.
I know, I'm happy though.
That's good. Everyone is happy. Send them smiles.
Because I feel like those are the obvious ones though, right though?
Oh,
like those are like the big families.
I got all the obvious ones, I feel. That's it. All the other ones I didn't get that you've gotten. I blame it on back spasms. But anyways, while you're thinking.
Yeah.
Backbreaker Media, it's on all the devices. You're listening now, so you know how to get it. Listen more.
Oh.
Share it with a friend. You don't share it with a friend? Fuck off.
You know what? Make a new friend. Go up to a random person you don't know and just be like, hey, man.
Listen to this, motherfucker!
Why not? You either get punched in the face or you have a new friend. 50-50, man. Go all
Or
in.
both. That's how friendships start. Fights. Fist fights and friendships. Episode 103. Fist fights and friendships.
And sometimes they all can be done at once.
Well, yeah.
Because we're all about friendship and
fighting friends.
and fisting.
We're all about fisting our friends.
Just like SmackDown and when Daniel Bryan said, it's all about fisting.
Yeah. We fist our friends. For the love of God.
Until we fight them.
Exactly. Whatamover.net, powerslam.tv. Get those. You can watch us wrestle. You can watch others wrestle. And then backbreakermedia.pimshare.com. You can do that stuff. I don't know why I said whatamover.net for watching our stuff. I'm tired. That's how you can buy our stuff.
You can watch our stuff fly off the shelves.
There we go.
There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah, there we go.
Whew. Glove saved you on that one.
Yeah, you definitely tipped that shot that was going way wide right into the net.
I poked that one away.
That's all I got. You got anything?
Ooh, we could talk about football. Like NFL football.
Well, let's talk about NFL football.
We don't talk about football enough.
Let's see. My knowledge. Saints are doing well. Packers are shit.
Best team in the league right now.
That's all I got. What else is there?
Philip Rivers actually set I believe it was the Chargers, he set history in the Chargers franchise by throwing 25 consecutive passes.
We should get Steve Rivers on
Completing
here.
25 passes.
Yeah, we should get Steve Rivers on here and see how he feels about his brother completing that.
No. We also not a lot of big ones. I actually started an inactive quarterback and managed to only lose by a point in fantasy football. I thought that was pretty impressive.
If anyone's following me on Instagram, they saw that I won 2 weeks in a row. So this week, probably fucked.
I did go 2 out of 3 for fantasy football this week. I beat my brother. So yeah, that works.
Yeah, see, fisting in friendships.
Reclaimed second place in the division.
Fisting in friendships.
I'm now better than a redhead. And he's a Bucks fan, so haha, suck it.
I would hope that you're better than a redhead.
Also, I also found out that if the Saints, who averaged 37.3 points per game, scoring that is, if they were to score 37 points in the next 5 games, they're only 8 points off in the most points scored in an entire season by one team.
Who was that?
Denver Broncos.
When?
2006.
Really?
Yeah. But 3 of our 5 games are divisional, so they're guaranteed shootouts. One of them against the Bucks, who we got 40 points that got up against week 1, and our offense is better now. So,
Ray.
yeah. So all we have to do is get about 45 and 37. Poof. We can do this.
And boom goes the dynamite.
So we play what? Panthers once, the Bucks twice, Cowboys on Thursday, where this podcast will come out,
gloriously in all its splendor.
and then the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, you guys are gonna lose.
Nah, we beat the Rams. We're good.
You put all your effort. You guys are gonna do really well and get to the playoffs and just fucking bomb.
Saints also have the best running D in the game right now,
They run so good.
which is actually
They run everywhere. They run for groceries.
like our defense has the best running.
Yeah, they run to get
We
groceries.
protect a lot, so I mean, which kind of sucks against the game against the Panthers because I got McCaffrey, so I kind of would like him to do all right. So he had a great week, 33 points. Whew.
That's not a bad week.
Thank you. Also, Baltimore Ravens D, thank you for showing up. Got me 19 points. That was a little bit of all right.
Yeah, and Green Bay Packers, you keep losing, and you're
can we
ruining
count the Dudleys, by the way?
No,
There's multiple Dudleys.
that's an honorable mention.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, say hypothetically, the Von Erichs. It's all one generation, isn't it?
I don't know.
But there's 3 of them, so I mean, I would count it. I guess it's like, lineage and numbers.
Well, I think on 3 that we're talking about were the most famous ones.
Yeah.
But there were ones that before.
I've heard rumor that there is someone that wrestles down in the southern states that goes by Von Erich.
I think
Probably
one of them
the
has
kids.
a daughter, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
one of the kids or something, yeah.
So,
It's like how Shaul Guerrero's wrestling now. It's Eddie's daughter.
yeah. Married to Aiden English.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were married. I knew they were together.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were married, though.
Which is funny because I guess, little known fact, but when Eddie passed away, Vince McMahon told his wife that
Vicky.
he will always employ the Guerrero, like a Guerrero's, whenever they want a job or need a job, especially like their immediate family.
And they let go Shaul.
No, Shaw actually asked for her release.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought she got let go.
She wanted to go back to school. So that's why anybody's like, why do they keep Aiden? He's fulfilling the Guerrero dynasty in WWE.
Plus, he's really not that bad.
No. But, I mean, it's just funny to say that way.
Yeah,
He's
it's true.
married into a dynasty. Or a legacy, sorry.
A dynaleg? A dynaleg?
Like nasty.
Ew.
It's like something I
Like,
need.
no.
Yeah. We were talking earlier
No, we weren't. You're a liar.
about masks for goalies.
You brought it up very briefly, and that was all we said. So let's talk about it.
Well, I mean, you brought up a game, so here's a game. favorite masks by NHL goalies?
Do we have a number, or are we just like throwing them out there?
What are some of your favorites? What are the most, like, what are some of the ones that you remember the most, whether it's from your childhood, now?
Based on when I grew up and who I was cheering for, Felix Potvin for the Leafs, Curtis Joseph for the Leafs, Ed Belfour for the Blackhawks,
Also
Ron
for the-
Tugnut for the fucking Senators. Don't know why I remember that one.
So I loved the design of both Cujo and Belfour because they had pretty much the same design, just changed the main color of their helmet depending on which team they played on.
Yeah.
Because Belfour had the same. Sometimes he would alter
A little bit.
the eagle a little bit too,
A little bit.
depending on the team. But yeah, I also love Trevor Kidd's helmet.
Trevor Kidd was
He just
alright.
had that dragon, and it was cool because that was like the first time you saw like
Even though it was Calgary.
yeah. But I mean, colors worked for that.
Yeah.
Um,
John Van Beesbrooks,
yeah, because he
the
has
Panther.
yeah, 'cause he had the bee in there.
Mm-hmm.
And the Golden Panther and all that. I was a big fan of Bruce Gallow's helmets until he got to Edmonton, because then he got his children to draw it, which was, I guess, cool because it was
Sentimental,
different.
but it looks like.
But he had like sweet looked helmets, and I was like, cool, he can bring one of those to Edmonton. Because, like, I don't know, I just didn't think people had great looking helmets in Edmonton.
Cujo did.
Yeah, but like they weren't like original. Like it didn't like to me. It was like okay, Cujo's helmet like stemmed from St. Louis, right? Because that's where he started.
Oh, that
But Belfour's from Chicago because that's where he started. And it was like okay, like he wanted to be like he always had different designs when he went, and they were all pretty cool.
I will say, even though they're pretty plain, I mean, in comparison, like it basically just shows the team they're on. Both Patrick Waz with Colorado and Martin Brodeurs with New
Yeah.
Jersey, they're pretty famous in
Well,
my mind.
what was really funny was Brodeur always had that like same design the entire time he played for the Devils.
Yeah.
I think he changed or altered it once.
It's like basically like small things, but for the most part, it's exactly the
But
same.
then he went to St. Louis, and it was really weird.
To see a New Jersey Devil logo on a St. Louis player.
Well, just to see, like, because obviously he'd have to have a different design.
Yeah, so the New Jersey Devil logo was blue.
Well, he kind of, like, did, like, a similar design, but just, yeah.
Yeah.
He just took away, like, the NJ kind of font.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was really weird. I think, I'm trying to think, like, I remember,
I like Fleury's mask now.
yeah, like I remember like Rolison when he was an Oiler, and he got like the gold cage and like that baby blue. I still think it's in the video game,
Probably.
which kind of sucks. Cause I mean, half the time, only because they can't put the Ghostbusters on Talbot for the license,
Talbot.
which is kind of cool.
I actually was it.
Lundqvist has some nice helmets.
Yep. Crawford had a helmet.
I don't think
Two
Quick
or
has a sweet helmet.
yeah, and Crawford had a helmet 2 or 3 years. I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, it was 2015, so I guess 3 years ago when they won the cup. It was really nice. Like it was, like he always has like the Chicago Blackhawks logo and whatnot, but he did. There's basically feathers around the whole thing, but they're all really dark and it stood out. It looked really good to me. Who else?
I also, in a way, like too, like Palois had like very like his Montreal one was a classic look, and then
Yep.
even when he went on the Avalanche, it was a classic
Yep.
too. So
Yep. Who else? What about Jerry Cheevers? Just the white, but it has all like the black lines from where he got hit with pucks. I like that. That's cool.
yeah,
And then of course, if you're doing that old school, you go Jacques Plante because it's the very first one.
well, I think somebody just had a clear visor pretty much on their face, so you still saw their face, but they just had that clear.
If you're talking about like iconic, and even not necessarily like what it looked like, I mean, Hasek. It just looks like a fucking player's helmet.
Yeah, until he went to Detroit and put the logos on the side, which is weird.
It did look weird, but I mean, it worked for him, I guess. Here's a question: why can't players do that?
So here's another one. I looked it up. The Wyndhams.
Oh yeah,
So
jumping back and forth in the games, man.
yeah, look, Rashawn, boom, nailed it.
But yeah, why can't players do stuff with their helmets? I don't get it. I mean, you can't change the color, so you have to have the same color, but why can't you put something on it?
Because it's part of the uniform.
So is the goalie mask.
No, apparently the goalies have an they are exempt from it because it's different. It's weird, I know.
Okay.
But yeah.
So players just gotta start wearing goalie masks.
Well, what I think is also cool is like the concept of a goalie mask has kind of taken its toll to now you see catchers in the Major League Baseball kind of doing more of a goaltender mask logo and then doing designs on that as well. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of taken its own shape. So
taking a life of its own.
Well, I mean, it's kind of cool to see like a good, like, cool looking baseball one too. To see if anybody made any cool little.
One you mentioned earlier, I can't remember if you mentioned it now, is what's his name? Played for Tampa.
Darren Pupo?
No. I had the first glow in the dark mask.
Oh, Bishop.
Bishop, yeah. Evening, Bishop.
Still finding a way to like kind of recreate and like establish like stuff, and he was kind of the first guy to do the glow in the dark.
Yep.
So I remember like the lightning one, which was cool just because it was the lightning strikes on there.
Yep.
And then he's kind of taking that into Dallas now.
That's the one thing I never. I mean, it looks cool now, but why glow in the dark? You're never gonna play when it's dark out because you're in an arena.
I just think it probably was just different.
Just because you're good?
Yeah. Unless you're playing a night game outdoors.
Maybe, but even still, I think it's enough light there. I don't think you can see it.
That'd be cool if it did that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, the Winnipeg Jets and their old heritage jerseys coming back.
Hooray.
So, wonder if it's because everyone hates the blue ones.
You're right. Those blue ones have kind of grown on me to the point where I don't hate them. I don't like them, but I don't hate them.
I still think if you put the Jets as their shoulder patch,
yeah,
and then something else for the main one, and then added a couple, like another color to their numbers, wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anything else you got?
I got nothing.
Yeah, so, I think that'll do
Oh,
it
God, my phone!
for episode 103 of The Sounds of Struggle.
Next week is 2-year anniversary. Oh, where are you going to be coming up? That's what we can do.
No, I'll be at Monster Pro Wrestling this weekend. I believe I'm facing Nasty Nate Nixon.
He can nasty fuck off.
Well, I will nastily kick the shit out of him.
You kick him until his balls are nasty.
Oh,
wait, already done.
I don't think he has testicles.
Haha, anti-testicle fuck.
We've seen his Instagram videos.
Yeah, here's a question. How come his arms never grow? If he's constantly doing arms at the gym, yet his arms are no goddamn bigger, and then he hashtags some big biceps. Motherfucker, I'm fat and out of shape, mine are bigger. You cock.
Yeah. It's like, why do I sleep all the time, but my penis never gets any bigger? I'm always in bed.
That's a really weird way to compare it to that, but I'll
Well, I'm just, a friend asked me to ask that.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Oh. Diablo.
Yes. Speaking of Diablo, I got nothing.
Well, so, yeah, that'll do it for episode 103 of The Sounds of Struggle.
Tune in next week for year 2.
No.
Year in review.
No.
I'm just rhyming at this
Maybe
point.
we'll have somebody on. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe
we'll
not.
maybe we'll have several people on.
Yeah.
Maybe we fucking won't. I don't fucking know.
Maybe we just won't do one. No, we'll do one.
Ooh, I got one. Maybe it'll be like that Cheech and Chong album they released where it's silent and both sides until the very end of the B-side we're like, ripped off. That'd be funny, like an hour and a half of silence.
All right, episode 103 will be next week.
No, it's 103 is this week.
Episode 102.5
Very good.
will suck really bad.
Fair enough.
Well, on that note, I think it is time to tell everyone.
Go eat dicks!
Well, I was going to say that we are real.
Oh, yes. Don't eat dicks. Unless you're Nasty Nate Nixon. Then you can eat all the dicks.
Yeah. And then your stomach will grow, unlike your arms.
Maybe you just need that hot beef injection of penicillin to get your fucking supplements up. You bitch.
Do they have a seller right now?
Fuck, you can have mine for free.
You have a coupon?
I'll give him a coupon.
2 for 1?
Coupon my nuts.
Ooh, package deal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyways, let's get out of here. We're real fantastic. Tag struggle.
We're not fantastic.
We are. We're also a little bit of alright.
We're spectacular.
We're everything. God damn it. Just vote for us. Prom kings.
Ooh. Wish I was a prom king.
I don't. Fuck that shit.
Fine. You can still be the prom queen.
Hooray! I get to wear the dress. I'm pretty.
Oh, so pretty. So,
That's
he's
right.
pretty.
And you're a little bit of alright.
No, I'm not a prom queen. I'm also not a prom king. But,
This
Chris
weekend will
Parrish.
be on Promenade.
he is Meniac. We are Tag Struggle.
Yes, we are.
You're,
A listener.
yeah. But not for long, because we say, later, bitches.
When your heart's pounding out of your chest, you can feel the lips shaking as you're running out of breath. If you're ready to rock, we'll just let it roll. Are you ready now? Are you ready to move? Let's see, just move.